Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video I'll be showing how to crochet this easy sweater vest. For this sweater vest you can pretty much use any scrappy yarns you have, and they must be DK yarns. You can either use acrylic wool or acrylic yarns like that, but for this sweater I have used 100% acrylic wool. 4mm crochet hook, a scissor, stitch markers, measuring tape, and that's all you need. And I made it in size small, but you can also make it in any size of your choice. It's only made with two panels, the front panel and the back panel, and that's all you need. And for stitches I have used easy stitches, whereas I have only used the double crochet stitches and single crochet stitches. Without further ado, let's begin. To make this sweater vest, you are going to use scrappy yarns. As you can see, this is the back panel. I have already done it off camera. So now we are just going to start with the front panel. Make a slip knot and chain 61. Once you get 61 chains, now make a double crochet into the second chain from the hook. To make a double crochet, yarn over, insert the hook into the second chain from the hook, yarn over, pull through 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 2 loops, and mark that as your first stitch. Now continue making double crochet in each chain all the way until the end. At the end, chain 1, turn your work. That turning chain 1 does not count as a stitch. Next row, make a double crochet into this very first stitch from the hook. Leave a double crochet halfway like that, and you can complete it with a different color, as you can see. Now you can continue with a normal double crochet as usual, and just make sure you are bringing along those yarn tails. Don't leave them behind. Add another color the same way you have done before. As I said, it's a scrappy yarn project, which means you are going to do that same procedure more often. You'll be attaching different yarn colors until you are done with this project. Now just continue with a normal double crochet like that until your project measures at least 9.5 inches or 10 inches long. Once you are satisfied with the length of your project, you can chain 1 to close your work and cut off the yarn. Now, the next step, you are going to form your armholes. Start counting from that first stitch until the 8th stitch, then mark that with a stitch marker, and you can do the same thing on the other side. Next, we are going to work on the upper part of the project. Make a slip knot, insert the hook into that marked stitch. Just make sure you have turned your work before you do that. You can remove the stitch marker because it might disturb you. Then just chain 1. Make a double crochet into that same stitch. And you can mark that with a stitch marker as your first stitch to keep track of your work. Now continue making double crochet in each stitch all the way until you reach the marked stitch on the other side. At the end, chain 1, turn your work, and you can repeat the same procedure by start making a double crochet into that very first stitch from the hook, and always you must mark it with a stitch marker to keep track of your work, and just continue working between those marked stitches until your project measures at least 9.5 inches long. Next, you are going to form your shoulder part. To do so, you must count from the end until you reach the 10th stitch, then you can mark that. Once you reach the 10th stitch, chain 1, turn your work, and start working again back and forth like that until you have a total of 5 rows. And you can do the same thing on the other side by start counting from the first stitch until the 10th stitch. You can mark that and just do the same thing to form your shoulder parts. Then once you are done, you must always leave a long yarn tail for joining before you cut off the yarn, because you are going to join your project with a yarn needle. Before joining, just make sure the back panel, the wrong side is the one that's facing down, and the front panel, the wrong side is the one that's facing you, then you can join. When joining, make sure you are grabbing both loops, and you must start into the 10th stitch for the back panel. So just go ahead and do the same thing for other sides. All edges are being done with a single crochet stitches, so other parts I have already done them off camera, but I'm going to do one more on camera. Make a slip knot. You can start in any stitch of your choice. Just make sure these stitches around this armhole must be equal to the same stitches around the other armhole. Single crochet back into that same stitch. You can mark it with a stitch marker to keep track of your work, and continue making single crochet in each stitch around all the way until the end. And you must also do the same thing around the neck. As mine, I have already done it off camera. Once you reach the end here, just slip stitch into this first stitch to join, chain 1 to close, and you can cut off the yarn. Then you can weave in your ends. We are done. This is how your vest must be looking like.